Hello and welcome back to my Rgbargeee channel and Agrarian Skies. I've obviously been doing a lot of camera this time round, trying to do a bit of catch up. I just wanted to show you a bit of progress. I'm just about to start making up the magic stuff, so all I wanted to do really was show you what I'm up to, and mostly it's behind me, so I'll show you what I'm doing. I've got here, this is just a basic pick your own farm. If you're in the UK, you'll know all about that. You get to go down the farm and pick whatever they've got in season at the moment. I've got a sprinkler and an aqueous accumulator just to speed things up a little. And what I'm doing with this, if we go over to this chest, you can see I've started making vinegar already. I'll throw that tomato. Oh, it won't go in there. This is another reason why I wanted to show you, because my inventory now is absolutely packed. I'd like to build the magic stuff, and I also need to build the amazing ME stuff. So what else have I done? I've built this smeltery. As you can see at the moment, it's got lots of tin in there. It's auto smelting. It is. It isn't. Ah. So I'll put that back down. Oh, tetra. Sure, I've just picked those up as I came on. Those are actually the first fish I've got. So this smelts, drags it straight into the chest. I've got the remnants of my patterns and things in here. This is an automated farm. At the moment it's making soybeans, onions and spice leaf, and beside it I've got a small tree farm which is just making wood at the moment. If we go underneath, here's our produce and the wood. The leaves, I can turn the system on and off to collect the leaves to make soil, which is good. As this gets empty, I'll just run round here, being careful not to get zapped by the sludge boiler, which I tend to do nearly every time I come round here. Where's my planter? There's my planter. So I turn that on. Now it will collect the leaves, and the leaves will automatically get turned into soil, dirt even. I'll wait until this actually gets full, and then I'll turn it back off again. If you remember last time, I had massive lag issues with this. Plus you don't get many saplings. So we were running low on saplings all the time, so every time we logged on or off, we would have no saplings left, and then we had to start all over again, building up a stock of saplings. Here's some things that I'm just storing willy-nilly over here in the corner. I've got a barrel full of wood and another barrel on its way. I've been moving these rounds with the dolly, which is this item. And what the dolly allows you to do is pick up a whole barrel, take it wherever you need to go, and place it back down again. And it also works with chests, which I thought was great. So you can take a chest and its contents and put them wherever you need to. The sludge boiler is making lots of things for us. Netherrack has become part of what I need now, so I've been using those up. If I show you where I'm getting my power from, I went back to the Crucibles idea. So we've got an igneous extruder supplying cobble to all of these crucibles, and they've got lava underneath most of them. These three here have got netherrack underneath, and as you can see, these ones are all struggling to keep up, and the netherrack ones are working really well. And these have actually got lava in them. Have I turned them on? Yep, they're all turned on. So if you do land 16 netherrack early on, I think it's one of the bonus packs, then this is a good way to make sure you've got plenty of power. So I was starting to come to the limits of what I had laid out here, and now not so much. I'm keeping up with the lava, no problem. And then here I've got 2 pulverizers feeding off the overflow from these items and making sand. That sand's getting pumped into these few barrels here. You saw this on my last world. Switch water, then it turns into soul sand, and we've also got an automatic mushroom growing situation here. I can just run around, pick up as I want, and these constantly spawn. Put those in there. Got quite a few now. I believe I need 500 of each, or 1,000 in total, and obviously it's producing soul sand as well. And I'm storing some soul sand here. Now back in the living room, you can see this is as compact as I think I can actually make this shaker system. I've got lava coming in there to that lava generator, powering a pulverizer, and there's also a redstone furnace up there for smelting things, even though I mainly use the smeltery. This pumps gravel into this autonomous activator. There's a, can we see that round there? Oops, bed's in the way. There's the sieve. So that autonomous activator over that side is pumping gravel in and shaking it, and this one is helping it when it's empty, so it will constantly shake, so you get twice as fast shaking. And I can also drop things in here if I want to shake out some different things other than gravel. That gets pushed along by the water into the hopper, into the chest, and then feeds away into these barrels with an output chest in the corner, which is nearly full. You can see I've been putting a lot of soul sand in there, so I've got plenty of this nether quartz now. Certus quartz as well. Let's see how many we've got. Certus quartz not so good, so I may have to take everything out other than the gravel, just to up my production of Certus quartz. And the reason for that is the ME system. All the components of the ME system use a lot of Certus quartz and nether quartz up. So that's what this does, and it works really well, and it uses just 1 generator and 1 pulverizer. That igneous extruder up there doesn't need any power, just 1 bucket of each. Yeah, so that works really well, and it's really effective. These are just dumping barrels really. These items we don't use so much of. They're not in many of the recipes yet. I'm hoping that we will need them for something and they're not just junk. Apatite we can use for fertilizer later on if we need it, and we haven't got much lapis either. So what have we been using the lapis on? I don't think I've been using it for anything. Put that diamond away. As you can see, we're doing great for diamonds and emeralds. Can make more autonomous activators if we need them. These are just junk that I keep offloading, and these are what we've got from all our rewards. So that was that. We've done this. I've shown you the 2 farms. I've spawned animals onto this platform here, and because the sprinkler does an extra block, it's fertilizing all this as well, and so I've got an infinite supply. Oh, I'm over the sludge boiler, keep forgetting. The sludge boiler is under the floor over here, and if you get too close, it zaps you. What else have we got? Keeping some wool in there. These animals are just stock really. When I get round to needing the liquids from them, liquid meat and pink slime and things, we will move them into a separate area to farm those items. So as you can see now, leaves are starting to come through from our tree farm. Oh dear, the sprinkler's got one there as well. Oh wow, that's the first time that's happened. So what else have I done over here? I've done a small mob farm. We'll just get our sword to the ready. I was growing some jungle trees there as well. As you can see on the mini-map, there's the mobs. They can't get at me. I can just hack away at them until I clear the area. Is there one hiding? There is. There we go, I've got him. And there's another skelly somewhere. So that's all those mobs. Then I can just break in. Oops, didn't want to do that one though. Pick up all the drops. Did I go over here? I don't think I did. I'll run up here anyway. You can see how I've built it. It's just a single corridor. It produces a lot of mobs. I've used this before in a skyblock situation. Can I pick you up? No, still not enough room. What else should I throw in there? I'll throw the bones in there for now. Those two fish caught me by surprise, so I'll fill my inventory up. Yeah, I've used this before in a skyblock situation when I wanted to get some villager zombies, because villagers are quite hard to come by on the skyblock maps. So I built this, and what it meant was I'd run up over there, come back when I saw a villager zombie on my map, and I would go in here, and if you just look through there, you can place a block and isolate him from all the other mobs that are in here, then kill them off. Quickly take this block out, and then feed him your apple and your regen potions, and that would ensure then that you had a villager, and then I would lead him away from here into a separate area in a villager hotel, and that's how I did it on skyblock anyway. So and that worked fine. Put that piece of wood back in there, and 3 slabs back on there, and now things can spawn in there again. Oh, I've got a zombie on the tree. Oh, and he's coming for me, and a spider, excellent. I didn't think it would be long before they showed up. You weren't expecting me to jump down, were you? I'll get you. Oh dear. What a ridiculous way to die. So, as I was saying, we've done all of this. Oh, and he's still here. Giving me a hard time. Have I got anything I can hit him with yet? Oh, I've got an axe, that'll do. Did he just die? He did. There he is. Gotcha. So, there's been updates to this. I have a feeling they may have increased the spawning rate of some of these things. There's my sword I was looking for. I need to put some light over here. I've got a torch. I have. There we go. I could throw sand in here separately to this if I need to. Did I destroy anything while I was running round swinging my sword? I don't think I did. Excellent. So that is all the things that I've done, and it's taken a ridiculous amount of time to do those things. Everything starts to move a bit quicker now. I'm still nowhere near completing the vinegar or any of the big items. If we just get into relative safety here, we'll have a look in my quest book and we'll see where we're up to with things. I've been collecting things as I went, so I have an unclaimed reward. Where is that? There it is. So what have I done? I've killed the zombies. Claim that. So these are quite new. They're repeatable. I think we just touched on this in the last time before I reset. These are repeatable items. So I've killed 3 now, and then over a period of time, once I've killed another 3, I shall get these again. That's the button I wanted. So as you can see, I've completed most of the basic items. I just need a steam dynamo. I need to spawn some blazes and make an auto brewer, and a spawn chicken and a spawn squid. Now normally I would have done these straight away, but if we look at the new recipe for this, spawn chicken, you can see we need to use a blood altar to do this now, and I think that's been changed because it was so easy to duplicate the number of chickens that you have. I was slain by a spider. Oh dear. So yeah, chickens dropped so many feathers that once you had 3 or 4 chickens and a mob farm such as we've got going, it was so easy to duplicate the arrows needed to make the spawn chicken eggs, because if you remember, 9 arrows made the spawn chicken egg, and 8 fishing rods around an egg I think made the spawn squid. What's the spawn squid now? Let's have a look. Oh no, silverfish. Where's squid gone? Cow, bat. Oh dear, I can't even see it for looking. There he is. So if you see now, spawn squid requires the alchemic chemistry set, which is part of the blood magic. 2 fish and a fishing rod makes you your squid egg. So making those means we have to do the blood magic. And oh, there he is. He's out. He's safe. No letters of complaint. No animals were hurt during the making of this. I've put an igneous extruder on the end here just to make stone. As you can see, I've got a couple in there, and I've been filling this one up. Stone makes quite a few of the bushes, and I'm after the XP bushes, so eventually I will have enough of them to lay out in a small farm like this, auto farm those, and then I will have copious amounts of XP. You can see all that tin's done now. We'll just run back in and get some more. What should I do this time? Let's have a look at our ingot situation, which is there. I've spread them out. It looks more impressive than it is, but we are doing really well for ingots. I've got a few invar left over. Use invar a lot on the farms, so put copper. I've got plenty of iron. Is the one you do run out of iron making the ME stuff, so that's on the cards. That I might need to do some more iron very soon, but we're not getting a lot of pulverized items because we've got so much stone going in. Pulverized, the crushed items, but we can rectify that soon enough by taking the stone out of there and drop some more gravel in, and then that will just give us these. So there's not really anything ready for smelting yet, but I will stick lead. Now, lead's used a lot for ductings and fluid ducts and item ducts, so it's always handy to keep on top of your lead supply. And when you put them in here, like I've built this up obviously, so now it'll hold over a stack of items. So, but when you put them in, always put an even number in if you're doing ingots, because an even number will always give you a complete ingot. Whereas if I put an odd one in there, it'll be left in the system and it'll keep blocking the system up. And also, it's good to bear in mind that when you put items in here, you can only mix certain ones. I know I went through this before, but just as a reminder, you can put copper, iron and silver in here. None of those three items will mix. And you can put tin and aluminium together, gold and lead together, and that leaves, what does that leave? Platinum and ferrous nickel. So that's the way I like to do it. If you remember the time before, I'd automated all of this, so I could just walk away from it. And those are the 4 different smelteries that I used. So it's worthwhile remembering that, because otherwise you end up with a whole stack of aluminium brass, which doesn't really have many uses to it. So this will now be running down on the number of saplings that are in there. As you can see, it's full, but it started to drop. Top that up with what I've got, get them out of my inventory. And so yeah, my life here at the moment is spent between running over there, killing mobs, get some more bones for bone meal, put the bone meal in the sprinkler systems that I've got running. That really helps to speed up the growing. And now I've just got to pick out an area. I think it's going to be just here. I'll tell you one thing I didn't show you. Another reason for needing the bone meal. I've got my red bloodwood tree set up, all ready to go. It's feeding off its own wood, but there's nothing in there at the moment because I ran out of bone meal, so it's not going to grow the sapling, is it? Have I got bone on me? I have. So if we can sneak up here without getting zapped by that boiler. This one has saplings in it, so this one will have the bone meals in it. And there you go, grew one straight away. If we look down there, you can see it harvesting. So what does that give us? It gives us one of the other things that we're going to need an awful lot of for the ME system, which is the redstone. And I've got some saplings here that I can throw into there. The redstone we would normally take with me and put back in my chest, and then these 2 items will fill up. I've got another couple of barrels there ready. So this is doing really well, and this has given me a nice stable setup to achieve what we need to for the next. We need to think about improving this now, from being so manual and intensive. I may even try sneaking the automate. I can't get up from here, I'm stuck. Oh dear. Yeah, sneaking the automated farm a little closer. It's not going to be a big drop farm again. We're going to go with the grinder setup that I was experimenting with last time. If you remember, it was actually underneath my farms that time. So 4 5x5 rooms, which can have a grinder each. Yeah, and that should make us some essence. And then I want to pump that essence above it We will have a 10 by 10 already laid out, and up there will be my auto spawner, and then we need to get busy with some safari nets and things like that, so we can create mobs on demand from the mob essence that we've collected from the grinders. That's the plan for this part. Like I said, I also want to go, I think we might just jam it above here. If you remember, the blood altar gets quite large, so oh, I've caught something else in my fishing nets. What have I got this time? I've got a stingray. 2 fishing nets simply stuck on the water, and I've just been experimenting putting different blocks in these 2 holes to see if it actually affects what's going on. Oh, there was a bubble then. What's going on in there? I'm not sure. If you look, they both say pearl oyster, but if you go, oh, I'm throwing my quest book away. If you go in here, you can see there's no oysters under there. So I don't know why they say that. That should say net, I think, fishing net. But we had them spare from when we made our sieve, which we don't use for fishing bait yet. I'm sure once I get into the mariculture stuff, which I still haven't done, and the bees, if you remember, there's lots of bees quests. Once I get into those, yeah, I can actually make one of these now. I need to make a squeezer and a carpenter, which aren't too difficult. They involve bronze, so I'm going to have to look up the bronze recipe yet again. This automatically fills with lava, so it's not too bad. Oh, a little bit of a server jig there. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do with my blood altar. I need to start Thorncraft and research, which I still don't fully understand, so people are going to have to help me with that. Plus there's always the wiki. Thorncraft, I think the big thing is researching items in the correct order, and apparently there are. I was looking on, I think it's Hypno who's just started Thorncraft, and it's changed such a lot from when I used to play Thorncraft. Thorncraft used to be based about standing around the research table. Is there a chicken under there? There's definitely an egg under there. Yep, you used to stand around the research table and feed it with paper and complete your research by feeding it with items. And now we do the research by using the thermometer, something like that, I think. That gadget that you point at things. So yeah, those are my plans. I'm going to change these out very shortly as soon as we have enough. I think I need 1,000 of those. We need as many of those as we can make to save having to kill things. And I think I need 1,000 of those, or maybe it's just 100, I'm not sure, for our potato cakes. And of course, we've got some potatoes there as well. A couple of pigs isolated here. They'll be going to their own farm soon enough. And that is where we're up to. On the other series front, I have started one server. I haven't done any videos on that server yet. I will do eventually, obviously, because I just want to show you what I'm up to, but it's really basic. It's a Feed the Beast Monster server that I've started playing on, and I might play the odd hour on there. Still setting up a base, just messing around with a turtle and digging things up at the moment, and I've just about made a quarry, and the first quarry is finished, so I've got a few resources now, so I may throw an episode in very soon just to see what my next steps are going to be. And I think again it's going to look like Thorncraft and Blood Magic, Plus, I need to brush up on my Tinker's Construct skills. Okay, there's another one coming. Where is it? He's over here somewhere. Is he in my... He might be in there. Let's have a look. There he is. So, no panic. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I've been looking at some of the other mods on the Feed the Beast, and one thing they seem to have in common is they all include Tinker's Construct, and it's a very powerful mod, especially at the beginning of starting off a new world and building yourself a base and gathering resources. And I still don't really know too much about it. I know there's I've got some items in here. I'll show you. Just pop over there. Everything's really compact now, so no, I haven't. I'm a liar. There are some items such as cobalt and ardite, which you get. How do I get them? I get them from here, don't I? So where have I put them? No, not in there. And not in there. Oh dear. I definitely thought I had some. You can see these are some of the rewards that I've been getting out of the bags. I've actually got a golem this time. I have no idea what to do with him. He'll probably end up being a farmer. So yeah, you can get ardite and cobalt and make manulin, and that apparently is a really good tool material. And also another good tool material is slime crystals, which I've never looked at before. I didn't make them last time, so but you can make slime tool rods and things like that in the Tinker's Constructs things. So that's another thing we can look at. But I suspect that for a little update video I've run a lot longer than I should. And as you can see, they're not actually building up any leaves at the moment. So we're still doing quite well. That little small farm really does, you know, punch above its weight. So hopefully they won't nerf that as well. So, oh, I don't want to be in there, I want to be in here. And it's still full. Have I turned... Oh, did I actually turn the harvester on to collect leaves? Rechecking myself. No, that's why. Oh dear, I'm at it again. Yes, that's the end of this episode. If you like this, please leave a comment. I'm going to get back to making vinegar. Hopefully I can actually complete this manually without automation. The other option is I just bang a harvester on the side of this and let that do the work for me, which at the moment sounds quite appealing. Yeah, leave me a like or a hate or thumbs up, thumbs down. Any sort of comment is appreciated. Get some great comments and some brilliant tips about improving what I am doing, and I'm going to go run away and hide in my bedroom, and I'll see you next time.